Hey, today we're going to discuss modes. Modes are commonly misunderstood, especially among guitar players for some reason. I think the reason is that they're most often explained relatively, but today we're not going to explain them relatively. We're going to explain modes in parallel. And what in parallel means is from the same root or tonic. This way, you can hear the difference between each mode because you're playing them from the same tonal center or the same key center, if you will. So let's just start here in the middle of the neck and take a look at the most common mode of all, the Ionian mode. Right, our common major scale. And this mode, this Ionian mode, is a major mode because it has a major third from the root to the first third, right, and which begins to spell a major chord. And it's also a tonal mode because it has a 1 chord, a 4 chord, a 5, and a 1. All right, let's move to the Mixolydian mode from the same tonal center. The only difference between Mixolydian and major is the Mixolydian has a flat 7. Listen for it. Right, and the 1 chord in the Mixolydian mode is a dominant 7th. That flat 7 creates a tritone between the flat 7 and the 3. Right there, and that's really the sound of the dominant 7th chord. It's also a major mode because it has a major third. And it is a tonal mode because it has a 1, a 4, a 5, and a 1. Okay, Mixolydian with the flat 7. And let's do another major mode, which is the Lydian mode. And the Lydian mode is the same as the major scale, except it has an augmented 4th. And it's not a tonal mode because it doesn't have a perfect fourth in it. It has that augmented fourth. So, if we were to play a 1, 4, 5 chord progression in Lydian, it would sort of sound like this. So I like to think of Lydian as having a 1, a 2, and a 5 major, which is a fairly common chord progression. Okay, Lydian. Now let's go to the minor modes, and we're going to start with the Dorian being the brightest minor mode. The Dorian is just like a Mixolydian mode with a flat 3. It is a tonal mode. And it has that minor 1 chord to the 4 major. And the 1, 4, 5 in the Dorian mode would be all right. The brightest sounding mode of the minor modes. The next lesser bright one is the Aeolian mode, which has a flat 6 as well as a flat 7. And it has a 1 chord, a 4 minor, a 5 minor, and a 1 minor. The third minor mode is the darkest of all. It's called the Phrygian mode, and it's dark because of the flat 2. So we have a flat 2, a flat 3 to make it minor, a 4 and a 5, making it a tonal mode, and the flat 6, flat 7, and 1. 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, and flat 7, and 1. Okay, so the 1, the 4, the 5, 4. Okay, good. So it's a tonal mode. And we're going to skip the Locrian mode for today because it's not used nearly as much as the other tonal modes, with the exception of the Lydian mode being not a tonal mode, but still very common in all sorts of different music, including rock and pop. It's got that really like interesting sound of that augmented fourth, as I showed you, and of the 1, the 2 major, and the 5 major, and the 1. Okay, 1 major. All right, major modes, minor modes in parallel. And that's the way to learn them. And I hope this was a help to you, and we'll see you again real soon.